Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I can't hardly believe it. We are already at the end of the first week of Spellbinder's Crafty Advent Calendar for 2024. And just look what's revealed for day 7. It's a 3-piece layering stencil set. This stenciled background is easily achieved on an A2 size panel by just simply rotating each stencil from the top to the bottom. When stenciling, I like to work on a sticky mat. The cream cardstock panel, 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches, is held securely in place. And then I use a little bit of low tack tape to hold the stencil. I'm working with Distress Oxide inks, and I like to apply them with small blending brushes. Even though the stenciled cutouts are small, it is easy to apply different colors. For this first stencil, I've used a combination of fossilized amber, followed by spun sugar for the flower, and then finishing up in the leaves with bundled sage. I want a full panel design. The stencil is rotated and then positioned right at the bottom of the panel. And once the stencil is secured with the tape, then I'll go ahead and apply those same colors. This is such a fast and easy process. I finished adding bundled sage to the leaves. I'll go ahead and add in the fossilized amber and then finish up with spun sugar for the flower. Moving on to stencil 2, I'll line that up at the top of the panel and secure it with some tape. For this stencil, I'm going to continue with the bundled sage for the large leafy branches. The flowers are going to be inked with worn lipstick, and then moving on to the 4 little buds, those will be done with picked raspberry. One of the things I love about layering stencils is the reveal after each layer is complete. And then the stencil is rotated, lined up at the bottom of the panel, and the same colors are applied again. The third stencil is going to add those details that will pull everything together. I'm adding in a darker green called peeled paint. The stenciling is so quick and easy. Each stencil lined up perfectly, and I was really happy with the result of the double stenciled images. And I forgot to stencil the center of that flower, so I'm just going to line up the stencil again and add that bit in. I'm using a large die cut sentiment spring from a beautiful die set called 4 Seasons. This set not only comes with the scripty words for each of the seasons, but also the shadow die. I'm just going to be using the scripty word. And I'm just doing a quick blend on some scrap cardstock using the 2 greens that were used on the stems and leaves on the stenciled images. And then the die will be positioned so it sits halfway between the dark and the lighter green and die cut. I'll also be die cutting white sheet foam and stacking the sentiment. The excess foam is not removed from the foam die cut word. The word will be slightly depressed. That makes it very easy to align the cardstock one to it. It is then set aside to dry completely before the excess foam is removed. The cream colored panel has been trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4 inches and is being adhered to an A2 size black card base. And when the adhesive is dry on my foam back sentiment, I'll pop that out and the die cut is adhered centered between the 2 stenciled images. And then this card is embellished with just a few smooth, clear crystals that look like dewdrops. That wraps up day 7 of Spellbinder's 2024 Advent Calendar. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to sharing day 8 with you. As always, your visits are appreciated.